welcome to my channel. Sorry for my messy room because I haven't cleaned it yet, but I'm going to today because it's Sunday. So sorry I haven't been active lately, so I deleted all my videos because I'm just restarting and all my videos were cringy. So today's my first official video. I'm gonna try to be more active and I'm gonna plan out my schedule in my planner. And yeah, so I hope you guys have been living without me. Great. Okay, so today's video is gonna be like 3 DIY hacks you can do with hot glue. I have my hot glue one. So I've done 2 out of 3 of these hacks, which they actually work. So I hope y'all enjoy, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, I'm back. Sorry if I didn't do a transition or anything, because I couldn't reach it because it's all the way up on my wall. Woo. Finally got a tripod thingy. So the first hack is going to be a wand, which, like, I'm obsessed with Harry Potter right now, so I have like a couple of wands. So what you'll need is some paint, which it's all messy, but who cares. Some paint, some paint brushes, a pack of chopsticks, which I got at Walmart for like 88 cents for 24 chopsticks, 12 pairs, so 2 times 12, math. And then you'll need a cat. No, you won't. You'll need a hot glue gun. No, you'll just need chopsticks and other extra accessories. So the first thing you're gonna do is gonna take one of your chopsticks, and you're gonna take your hot glue stick and just do random designs. So I'm gonna show you one of the best designs I've ever came up with. It's like a wooded texture. So you're just gonna put a huge blob of hot glue wherever on your, and you'll want a low temp hot glue gun because it'll dry faster and you can actually touch it with your hands once it cools a little. So you're gonna take another chopstick and you're just gonna do this. So you're just gonna rub the hot glue stick or the hot glue on the stick, and it makes kind of like a stick wood texture. So like that, and it doesn't make like a big difference when you haven't painted it yet. But example of one of those, one of these, it looks like an actual stick, and it's like yeah, it's not Harry Potter. And yeah, so for the handle, if you want to do a handle, I recommend doing something natural because let's see, it's touchable and you can mold it a little, like that's what I'm gonna do in a second. So I recommend just putting a big old blob on the thick part and just let it like sink down naturally, so it actually looks like it's from Harry Potter. And pull all the strings off, because I have like a ton of strings on my floor because I made like 13 of these. So just keep pulling the strings off and just let it, I don't know, I want to say drool down naturally. So it's just let it just slightly go down. And it keeps making strings. So you just want to let it go down. And so it's cool enough to touch, but you want to wait till it doesn't stick to your finger. Because yeah, so I would recommend touching like the top. Like, it's cool enough to touch, but it still sticks to my finger. So that means it's not ready. There's so much string. Okay, now it's good to touch. It might be a little bit hot. If you want to use gloves, that would be perfectly fine, but I do have very sensitive hands. I mean fingers, but so it will turn a little bit white when like you start molding it, you just want to mold it and make sure the edges are rounded a little bit more. So like this, and then in a second you want to paint it so it turns out like this. And make sure to do it on foil or wax paper or a paper towel so it doesn't get on your desk or whatever you're doing, like your floor. And definitely the paint so you can rub off your hands on the paper towel or the wax paper or the foil. So one of my favorite ones is probably, where is it? This is what I'm going to use for my Halloween costume, because I'm going to be somebody from Harry Potter, not a character name, just myself. So this is like Hermione's, one of the golden trio. So it's like a vine, and then it's a very light color with the darker color vine. So that one, or I made the Elder Wand, or it's kind of like a addition to Elder Wand. It's like the one that they use. And yeah, you just do this and you just make it textured, and you can make all over. An example is like using other objects. I put a flower on it. I put tape on the flower so there wouldn't be any paint. Then I painted the hot glue to stick it there. And yeah, you just get creative. So now we're gonna get to move on to the next one. Wherever. Yeah. Magical. Okay, so I'm back. So the next one is gonna have to do with the next, like the third one, the third and final one. So what you're gonna need is a pencil without the eraser. So I have two, one without the metal part and one with the metal part. It still has eraser in it, but you can't erase it if you need. So you're gonna take that, and you're gonna need the hot glue gun, and that's basically just all you need. So if you use hot glue, you can erase with hot glue. So if you don't have a pencil with eraser, just use hot glue. It does work. I've tried it. It just takes a while, but it's better than not. Just, yeah. And this is cheaper than just buying a whole new pencil pack. So you're gonna like stack it up however you want. And if it is low temp, which I have a low temp one, and then I have this big one where it's like high temp and low temp, which I'm using that one because I don't want to set that one up right now. So low temp, you can mold it so into eraser form, so it actually erases and it's still sticking. So while that dries, I'm going to do this metal one. Be careful because you can't mold this one because it's already going to be molded. Or you can, it's just going to be hot. The metal is going to be hot. So, hi puppies. Oh, my dogs, the dogs came in my room and they're messing my room up. Oh, hi. Go in the living room and play. Hey, Sam. Sorry. We have an animal. We have an animal problem in our house. Hey, go in there. Go in. Hey. Hey, go in there. Go in there. Go in the living room. Animal problems. Sam, shush. Okay. So this one should be cool to the touch. So now I'm just going to mold it however I like. So I'm just going to make, oh, if it fell off. Okay, great. So it does work. Just reminder, it's better if you have a metal part because it will stick. And that's how you use it. So it's just going to be a weird shape like this. But it does work and it's very useful. So I'm going to get on the next hack because I have to use this for it. Okay, see you later. Okay, I am back. So what you're going to need is a pencil. I'm using mine with the hot glue eraser. So you're gonna need hot glue. You're gonna need paint, whatever colors you want. Where did it go? You're going to need a coaster because you're making a homemade coaster to trace it. Because I made my mom one, and I've actually done this one before. I've done all three though. Sorry, but I'm doing that, and I made her one, but the dogs tore it up. Animal problems. So So you trace the coaster on a piece of paper, wax paper, foil, whatever you want. And you do that, so then you put lines of hot glue on it and you just fill it up. And then you paint it and then it works. And it actually does work really, really well. I just need to find the coaster because I'm pretty sure one of the animals dragged it off. So will be right back and I'm going to go get that. Okay, so I am done with that, so I'm just gonna let it dry. And it's gonna be hot, the paper's gonna be hot, but I just did it randomly. It's gonna look weird, but when it's painted, it's gonna look way, 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 way better. So right now I have this color blue paint, and what other color should I use? I'm not gonna use brown because that's an ugly color for that. So I am going to use blue and yellow because the blue represents the sun, or the blue represents the sky and the sun represents the yellow. I'm just gonna do that. I'm probably always gonna do blue because it's one of her favorite colors. So right now I'm going to fill up my little palette and I'm going to fill this like that. I'm gonna fill this a little bit less. There you go. So I'm gonna use my paintbrush. Okay. So most of it's dry, or all of it is dry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint the whole thing blue. So I'm gonna paint the whole thing blue, then I'm going to like little splashes of yellow. So I'm going to time lapse that again. And I'll be like doing this and stuff like that. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I am done with that. So I'm just gonna let it dry. And it's gonna be hot. The paper's gonna be hot. But I just did it randomly. It's gonna look weird. But when it's painted, it's gonna look way, 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 way better. So right now I have this color blue paint. And what other color should I use? I'm not gonna use brown because that's an ugly color for that. So I am going to use blue and yellow because the blue represents the sun, or the blue represents the sky and the sun represents the yellow. I'm just gonna do that. I'm probably always gonna do blue because it's one of her favorite colors. So right now I'm going to fill up my little palette and I'm going to fill this like that. I'm gonna fill this a little bit less. There you go. So I'm gonna use my paintbrush. Okay. So most of it's dry, or all of it is dry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint the whole thing blue. So I'm gonna paint the whole thing blue, then I'm going to like little splashes of yellow. So I'm going to time lapse that again. And I'll be like doing this and stuff like that. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, I am back. I painted it fully. So I'm gonna leave that one there, and I'm going to get the second biggest brush. I just got a thing of like $1.50 brushes because I always lose them or they always become really dry. So got second biggest brush. I'm going to splatter yellow on it. So the thing is painted. You don't have to wait for the blue to dry before you splatter it, because then I would be back tonight. But I'm just going to take a little bit of yellow. And yes, this will get your hands dirty if you want to use it. There's two ways. But the way, the messy part is the best. So you're gonna take your brush, you're gonna fling it back. I can't speak today. So you're gonna fling it back and just make little splatters. It's not gonna make much, but it's better than just hitting it. Because that always makes dots, not splatters. You can always paint like little splatters on with a small brush, but it's not as creative. So I'm just gonna do one last splatter. It isn't as good as the last one though, because the last one was like way bigger and like way, those purple and blue. Those are our two favorite colors. So the finished product is like, it looks normal kind of, I guess, and you can paint the bottom if you want. It's just, I don't want to, I guess, because then I'll take forever to dry and then I'll seep through and just look ugly. So it's wet, but I'm gonna give it to her tonight when it dries, and it looks okay, but it's better than no coaster. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope you like my restart of the channel. I do weird hand movements, so I hope y'all like that. And I don't know my posting schedule yet. As I said, I'm going to plan it on my planner, and if I'm late, I will like say something and make a short like 20-second video about it. But I hope y'all enjoy, and I will see you next time. Bye.